Alright, what is going on, guys? Scarrrz here, or Brian, whatever you like to call me. I'm making this video at 1 in the morning. I don't know why I decided to make it right now, but I figured, let's get it out of the way. You know, it's not a huge deal to make this video, but I figured it is something I should explain, considering the fact that you guys saw me uploading some vlogs in Vietnam, and all of a sudden now I'm not. Not only that, but you can tell that the background here is different. Now, quite a few of my friends already know that I'm back in the States, but if you didn't know, I'm back in the United States. Now, I do say for now, because I don't know where life's going to take me in the future, but I do kind of want to take some time to just explain why I'm back in the States, and maybe what my future goals are. Now, first of all, I might look a little bit different too. I have lost some weight. Maybe that's not super apparent to some people, but I've lost almost 40 pounds now, and I'm still going in the right direction. Almost half of that came from Vietnam in itself, actually, and I can explain a little bit of why that happened there too. But let's just start out as to why I'm back in the States. To make a long story short, essentially I came back to the States because the job I was working, if you guys didn't know, I taught English in Vietnam. I was an English teacher there. I came back because that job was not offering me quite enough hours towards the end of that period of time when I was there. And some of you might think, well, it should be really easy to get a job with full-time hours, right? Well, the problem is while I do have my TEFL certificate and I do have a 1-year business visa, you think everything is squared away, I should be able to stay there easily. Unless I really want to work some crazy hours, I mean crazy amount of jobs to get ridiculous amounts of hours, it wasn't going to work for me in terms of consistency of being able to stay on one job. I would have to work multiple jobs with few hours in between, or there was some jobs that I could have worked that would have done the job, or that would have paid enough, but it would have probably been something like 70 hours a week or some crazy stuff like that. So it was just kind of like I had to pick, what was the best choice for me. And because of the fact I don't have a 4-year degree, I can't get a work permit. Now, this is partially my fault too, I'm not gonna lie. Financially, going into it, I wasn't the most prepared, even though I made a video about how to move to another country. I had most things figured out. It's just my main issue is that it was harder than I expected to find a job that was consistent in hours and pay in terms of a singular job. Now, again, you can definitely do it if you don't have a 4-year degree to get your work permit, which would allow you to get endless amounts of access to full-time jobs right off the bat, and get a work permit to allow you to stay up to 2 or 3 years at a time, as opposed to a 1-year business visa, which is still great for American citizens. But the issue once again is that since I didn't have that 4-year degree, it was harder for me to find a full-time job, so I had to cut corners a little bit more to find a job that was able to give me the hours that I needed. But the job I was in only just started giving me more hours towards the very end, when I had to kind of play catch up with paying my rent and stuff, and it was kind of like a little bit of a tough situation for me. So basically, again, to make a long story short, it was a financial issue. I didn't leave Vietnam because I didn't like it, or there was any personal issues I had, or I didn't get banned from the country or anything. Not that anyone said that, but it was just more of a financial mistake. Halfway my fault, halfway the employer. Even though they were at least still able to work with me regardless of not having my degree. But that is a really big thing. If you guys do want to get easy full-time work, and not just Vietnam, but you get multiple countries, just get your 4-year degree. I think it's quite ridiculous that most countries don't actually care what your degree is in, as long as you have a 4-year degree. It almost kind of defeats the purpose of even having a degree, in my opinion. I think a lot of people would agree that what's the point of even getting your 4-year degree if it's not even gonna really matter what it's in. Now, if it was like bilingual degree, or like English major or something like that, it's like, okay, cool, I understand that. But for it not to matter, it's like, what's the point of even having that? So without the degree, again, it was hard for me to find a really good, reputable English center that already gave me a full-time schedule, good pay and all that stuff. And some centers will even support housing, but unfortunately, because of that, I wasn't able to get in that field, so I had to cut those corners, as we mentioned before. So that's my main issue. Now, coming back to the US, does not make me give up on my travel dreams. I thoroughly enjoyed Vietnam. I really wanted to travel to even more places. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out because of that financial issue, which again, halfway my fault. However, what I am planning on doing, it's not 100%, but I really truly think this is something I should be doing. Starting at the beginning of next year, I do want to work on possibly getting my degree, because I would absolutely love to live in another country again in the future. Now, whether it's going to be Vietnam, I don't know for sure. I have had my eyes on Russia as well as of late, because I'm just one who wants to see all over the world. I don't want to just be stuck to one country. I mean, I've been in the US most of my life, and I've been able to have the amazing opportunity to see Australia, Singapore, China, now Vietnam. So, you know, what's stopping me from being able to go to another country like Russia? That would be one of my ideal spots. But again, if I want to be able to get a good, reputable job, and in fact, a little bit more strict in making sure that you have your degree, is in a place like Russia. So it's really important that I work on this for not just myself, but, you know, the opportunity to being able to travel more abroad. And giving that opportunity of teaching English to new generations, which I think is really a great thing. And it sounds selfish, of course, that my main purpose of going to another country wasn't necessarily to teach English. It was more for me to be able to explore the country. But if you're an expat, chances are you're most likely going to be teaching English in another country, unless you have some other specialty, like, you know, in the tech field, like computer programming or something IT related. That's really your best bet at getting another job. And then there's that small minority of people who can get jobs in other stuff. But for the majority of people, it's going to be in English teaching. Now, again, it's really important that if you are going to travel to another country, you take those precautions of being financially prepared, which again, I was mostly financially prepared, but there was that small blip of not knowing how the job field was going to work until I got there and actually experiencing it. So it's really important to do your research, have a TEFL certificate, which is the most important thing. And then if you want to get your work permit, have all the legal stuff out of the way, get your 4 degree, and then you'll be squared away. So that's one of my goals that I want to work on next, is just get a degree, and then be able to travel anywhere, since I already have my TEFL and everything else is good to go, and I'll get visas in the future. So just kind of a video just to explain as to why, you know, essentially I had to come back to the US for now, because I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded, as I mentioned before, and I just wanted to make sure you guys were kept in the loop of things. Now, as to the weight loss thing, which is crazy, I was looking at my phone's what is it, kind of the pedometer thing, the distance, the step tracking. Apparently there was times I was walking 10, 12, up to 15, 16,000 steps a day in Vietnam. I didn't realize how much I was walking. I realized there was a couple times where I was just exhausted after walking in a day, and I'm like, am I just this out of shape? And yeah, of course I was out of shape, but it's like I was actually walking up to 9-10 miles a day sometimes. So I ended up losing over like 25 pounds in just a little over a month and a half of being in Vietnam. Like, that's quite a lot. But mind you, too, that was kind of the initial big weight loss jump. But I've probably lost another 15 pounds or so, maybe a little more since I got back to the States, because I've just been watching how many calories I've been eating and stuff like that. So I've definitely lost some weight. I'm very happy about that. I still have a ways to go. I'm trying to lose at least another 50, 40, 30, probably another almost 50 pounds. And then after that, I should be in pretty good shape. But I'm just saying, if you guys want a good way of losing weight too, just go to another country and walk around as much as you can, see new things, and that'll definitely do a job. But make sure you watch what you're eating too. That's also very important. But anyways, yeah, I mean, that's kind of a little bit of information as to what's been going on recently. I'm sorry if this upsets some of you guys. It kind of upsets me too that it had to come down to the situation it did. I'm not extremely disappointed that I'm back in the States, only because I know what kind of experience I've been taken away from Vietnam. I was there for quite a while, and I'm very happy to have seen the things that I've seen, and I just want to let everybody know that this is not the end of my traveling experiences. I definitely have a lot more plans in the future to see new things, do new things, and I think that's just, you know, that's what life is about, man. I mean, it's about being able to see new things and live life, most importantly. And for me, it's traveling. I think for more people, I think it should be about traveling. I think everybody should take the opportunity to see you know, this planet that we live, breathe on every single day, and you know, not take any of it for granted. So if you guys enjoyed the video, I know it's already 10 minutes. That's crazy. I've been talking for 10 minutes straight. If you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on it. I really am truly sorry again to people that have been maybe missed out on the vlogs. Really sorry about that. It's just, again, things kind of came up towards the end. It was just like I felt pretty bad about it, and I'm only just now getting around to making a video, even if it's at like 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's rough, but it is what it is. Moral of the story: make sure you're fully planned out, make sure you have fun, and don't totally screw up. And that's really it, man. Just live life, travel, and enjoy yourself. So more videos to come in the future, probably video game content again. I'm back on a new gaming rig, so gonna be doing that for now, and hopefully new traveling vlogs sometime in the future, my dudes. But yeah, other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.